Hi folks, hope you're doing well. So, first point is, I was going to go to Asda. I was going to go for the reductions later, about 9:30, which is about this time now. And, okay, I said to Father, when do you want me to go? It's 8:30, just after 8:30. He said, no. And I said to him, the reductions won't be done now. He said, doesn't matter, go now. Okay. So I went. And in before I parked, I saw a van. Yeah. And there was messages on the van, so I thought, what's that? Yeah, safe zone, it said. I thought, okay, what does that mean? What's that about? And it said street passers. I thought, oh, okay. I was trying to speak to those people, so I parked next to them, and they were coming out of the van, so I was speaking to them a bit. And, yeah, that was the reason. If I'd have gone at 9:30, they wouldn't have been there. I got some reductions anyway, because when I went in at that time, it's Bambini's birthday on Tuesday, and I was thinking I need cake for Bambini, because at birthday times we want to have cake. And there was a reduced cake up there as well. Yeah, the right type of cake. And perfect, because normally they're too expensive, because obviously I've got no money. So therefore, yeah, it's perfect, the right time as well. So I thought, great. So yeah, it's the right time to go there, and obviously he knew exactly, because well, yeah. As I said, he can see all the picture. We can't. We can see only what's in front of us. He can see all of it. So therefore, you're going to judge what you can see, or trust that, or you're going to trust what he can see. And therefore, yeah. Well, again, that brings in something else that I've talked about this a few times. And the other day, I was talking to someone in the church, in the coffee and tea thing, about standing. And I remembered that, the Lord, the Son of God, had to stand. Yeah. After being arrested, he had to stand. Well, all that time he had to stand, because he had to focus on the solution, which was the Father, and the reason why he was there. He had to focus on all of that, because, the devil wanted him to focus on the people who were lying about him and spitting on his face and hitting him on the head and being nasty to him. He wanted the Lord to focus on that, and if he did, then every reason he was there would be ruined straight away. And he knew that, so he had to focus on the Father and the reason he was there. And again, when he was being beaten by the soldiers, and again, I said before, that film, The Passion of Christ. when he was being beaten, after about, 20 minutes maybe, don't know, they stopped. Because the soldiers were absolutely knackered, and obviously the body of Christ was being beaten. So therefore, obviously his muscles and bones were really hurting and being knackered. So therefore, he fell down. The soldiers also nearly fell down because they were so knackered. And the camera went onto his body and there was no stripes at all. And after a minute, he stood up again. So they changed what they was using to whip him. And when they finished, there were stripes all over his body. All over. That's why if I see someone that has issues with their body, I tell them to see that film and choose the stripes for their healing, because maybe watching that will help them to believe and receive. Because if the word says you've been healed already by his stripes, you've been healed already, then it's about helping people to receive rather than be healed, because they've been healed already. So therefore it's about helping people to receive rather than, because again, the church has said to people for years and years and years and years and years, when I pray for you, if it works, then basically my prayer healed you. That's a lie. It's a lie. Because if you were healed by his stripes, then it means everyone has been healed already, but they don't know how to receive or even know that they're actually healed. So therefore, they need to know. So therefore, the reason to pray for someone, put your hand on them, is helping them to believe and receive. So telling them to watch that film is exactly the same. Because what's the point of me praying for someone if they're not ready or they don't believe yet? So therefore, watch the film. It might help you to believe, and when you see his stripes, then pick a stripe for your healing, and that will work. So therefore, again, God told me to do that. So therefore I do that now. But as I said, basically, after being beaten and all that stripes and all his body being cut, and being ripped, then they put the wire on his head as well. Okay. And then taking the cross to the area to be crucis. So therefore, as I say, basically the only way he could do that was standing. Focus on the solution and the reason. Because if he was focused on the pain in his body and how heavy the cross was, he would have fallen down. And if he did fall down, he won't get up. Because if he's focusing on the pain and everything else, then there's no chance. Because again, his body wasn't a spiritual body. It was same as us, same as our body. So, physical body. So therefore, hitting that body and ripping that body for all that time, and then having to carry a cross and walk with all that heavy cross. There was nobody at all that could do that. Unless they can focus completely on the Father during that. Because then they're not feeling all the pain. They know that their body is knackered, because again, when you're standing, you can still see the crap. You can still see that, of course you can. But you focus on the Father rather than all the crap. Because as soon as you focus on all the crap, you fall. And when you fall, you're in all the crap. And Now, as I say, I mean, that film is a beautiful film, an amazing film. And I'm looking forward to the second one. They've taken a while to bring it out, and it'd be interesting to see what they do in the second one. Well, it'd be interesting to see, because, again, obviously with the first one, everything they did wasn't really truth. Because obviously, did he stand up again? Did he fall down, and because no stripes, did he stand up? We don't know. Probably not. But again, they said that what they did wasn't as bad as it was. Because, it was worse than what the film actually said it was. So therefore, But again, this is the blinking point, isn't it? It's what I say to people all the time. If the church was right, if the church is right now, how can the people in church think they're right? How can they? I don't understand. How can they think they're right? Because all the Christians at that time, when the Lord died and went back to heaven, and after the Spirit was in people, most of those people were killed in nasty ways. Most of them were killed in nasty ways. Now, the world doesn't care at all about the church. There's only one reason that the world doesn't care about the church. There's only one reason. And so, well, and if you have to ask about the reason, then yeah. Well, as I said, basically, if you look at what the Lord actually was saying about the church and the land that seeds was on, and it was taught the 4 types of areas that the seeds went on, and he was also talking about the devil putting his people in the church. Yeah. It is what it is, but yeah. As I say, I do what I do because I know there are people that are God's people in those churches, and those people have for a long time been suffocating. It's like really ivy on a tree. Yeah, the ivy may look pretty, but it's killing the tree. And yeah. The people that are actually of God in churches, soon they will leave those churches because they don't need to be in those churches anymore, because now it's a time for people going through the Son to the Father. And so therefore it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Well, as I say, I think the next 10 years are going to be very interesting indeed. Well, next probably 8 years, I think. Don't know. We shall see. It's going to be fascinating. A lot is going to happen in a very, very short space of time, I do believe. Don't know. We shall see. Well, it's going to be up to God, because it's up to Him to choose what He wants to do. It's not up to me or anyone else. It's up to Him to choose what He wants to do and how He wants to do it. So therefore, I think right now He's helping people to be ready. A lot of people are nearly ready. And He wants them to be ready. Because I said basically, when His people hear truth, their spirit will jump. And they will know straight away that things are changing. And now things are happening. So therefore, it's going to be very interesting. So there you go. You take care, and whatever you go through, learn to stand. Learn to focus on the solution and not the problems. Learn to have that relationship with your Heavenly Father, and pray to the Father, worship the Father, and honour the Father in the fruit that you have. Because if He is a vine dresser, then that's what the Lord said, that the Father is a vine dresser. The vine dresser's job is to help the branch to have fruit. So therefore, thank the Father for the fruit. And therefore, if you're thanking Him and worshipping Him and praying to Him and knowing that it's about Him, then you will go through the Lord to the Father. And therefore, relationship. So there you go. God bless. Bye-bye.